Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today I'm going to be doing the names I love but won't be using video, and I've been waiting to do this video because we had 4 names that we were choosing from and we had a top 2, and now we have finally chosen the one name. But I've been waiting to do this video so I can put those names that we didn't pick in this video because I really do love those names. But for some reason, I can't use potential names for kids. Okay, let's just say this. Ella had 3 names that we were potentially going to name her. The other 2 names that we didn't name her, I did not carry on to this baby. And if you guys don't know, I am having another girl. So I have a girl, her name is Ella Ray, and I'm having another girl. And the other 2 possible names that we were going to be naming her, I didn't carry on to this baby. This baby had 4 names that we kind of came up with, and for me, even like with our boy name that we had for Ella, like that was going to be for her if she was a boy. I just for some reason can't get over like that could have been her name and this baby needs like its own names. That's why I'm putting these names in there, because I know 95% sure that I probably will not be using these names just because they were potential names for this baby. A few things before I get started. One, it has just started to storm outside and it's really windy, so if you hear like thunder and lightning and wind, it's because it's storming. Number 2, you can see like the gaps in between our bed right here. If you didn't notice before, sorry, I'm like making you notice now, but we have like bigger pillows coming in the mail today. Yeah. Also, every single time I do a sit down video while Ella is sleeping, she always wakes up. So we'll see how long I can get through this video, or even if I can get through this video without her waking up. So we had a few boy names and a lot more girl names than we did boy names, and these names are all names that I loved, and I'll kind of explain, but most of them Ben didn't like, and that's why they made this list. And I'll definitely tell you guys which ones were the ones that we were debating on for this baby's name, and possibly throw out a few hints for what her name is actually going to be. So I'll start with boy names since it is a girl, it's not a boy. I'll start with the boy names that we had, and I have 4 boy names that I came up with that were like potential boy names. All of them Ben did not like, so we never agreed on a boy name. There was never a boy name that we had for this baby. Ella had a boy name. Her name would have been Liam if she was a boy, but we had no boy name if this baby was a boy. So the first name is the name Lincoln, and I love this name. I think it is so cute and like sophisticated but cute. Ben hated this name. He was like, oh, like Abraham Lincoln. Every time I said something like that, or every time I said a name, he would relate it to something, and that's what he related this name to. He's like, oh, so you want to be like Abraham Lincoln? And I'm like, no, I just like the name Lincoln. So that one was out of the question once he said that. Ben ruins names a lot because he'll relate it to something and I'll be like, seriously? Now I won't be able to forget that. The next name was Nolan, and I love the name Nolan. I think it's very soft and cute, and Ella and Nolan, I just liked that. Ben did not like this name. Once again, he didn't think it was like a manly enough name, if that makes sense. Like, no offense to anybody who has the name Nolan, like I don't think that, but Ben kind of related it to a little bit more like soft and gentle and Nolan, and it just wasn't like a strong enough name for him to really like. The next name I really love, and the name is Cole. I really love the name Cole, but I'm obsessed with middle names that are 1 syllable. So I loved the name Cole, but I was like, I kind of like Cole as a middle name. Like if Ben wasn't named Ben, I love the name Benjamin, and that's Ben's name. I love the name Benjamin Cole. I think that is so cute, but obviously Ben is named Benjamin and we don't necessarily want to do his name carried down, but I love the name Cole. I definitely may be using this in the future if we have a boy for a middle name, but I'm not too sure. And the last name is my favorite boy name that I had, which is Austin. I love the name Austin. I have a family member named Austin. I had a friend named Austin, and they're all just really good people. It's a solid name. I don't know, I love the way that it sounds. I don't know, it's just a solid name. I just love the name Austin, and I wish I didn't know so many people named Austin, But the thing that Ben said about this name is that every Austin that he ever knew was super country or like southern or just like a cowboy. That's what he kind of thought of when he thought of Austin. And I guess that's kind of true. One of my friends that's named Austin, he is a country boy, and then my cousin named Austin is from Texas. So yeah, he was kind of right about that, but I still love the name and I think it's so cute. I love Austin. So that is all the boy names that we had. As you can tell, Ben had something to say about each one of them, and we never agreed on a boy name. No boy name ever hit us the way that the girl names hit us. But most of the girl names on this list Ben hated as well, so these are just names that I love that Ben doesn't necessarily love at all. So the first girl name that I love is Jillian, and I love the name Jillian as a whole. I don't love the nickname Jill. No offense to anybody named Jill. Like, no offense to anybody whose names are these names and I'm saying stuff about them. It's just my personal preference and Ben's personal preference. So I don't know, I feel like I have to like defend myself by saying all this stuff, but I don't love the nickname Jill. I do love the full name Jillian. The way that I thought that we could solve this is I had somebody that I knew was named Jillian, but it started with a G. It was kind of like, when you look at it, it's kind of like Gillian, but her name was Jillian. But Jill doesn't start with a G, so she didn't go by Jill. She either went by G or Jillian, and I love that. But Ben didn't like that. He has a friend named Jill, and her full name's Jillian, and he didn't like when I said the G part because he's like, oh, people are gonna call her Gillian. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So Jillian was out of that. I also wanted a name that really flowed well with Ella, like Ella and blank. And the name that we have goes so well with her name. Like, it could be a twin name, Ella and blank. And I am so obsessed. That's why it sold me on this name, was because of the way it sounded with Ella's name. The next name is one of the names that we were potentially going to be naming this baby, and that name is Ava. I love the name Ava. It is so cute. Ella and Ava, I thought that that sounded so pretty. It was the same amount of syllables, but my little sister's best friend is named Ava, and the other names that we had didn't really compete with the name Ava, so we decided Ava was kind of at the bottom of our list, and we eventually decided not to use it. The next name is a name that I have been in love with for a long time, and that name is Addison, or Adeline, but I like Addison a little bit more. But this story is so funny. I swore I was gonna name my daughter this name. Ben said, well, what would she go by? And I was like, maybe Addie, like Ella and Addie. And he's like, there was this girl in high school. She had really big boobs and everybody called her A-double-D. And I was like, Ben, literally you ruined like all the names. I don't know why. He would always throw out a story or correlate it with something, and that was his story with this one. But I'm obsessed with this name. I know that we will never use it, but I love the name Addison itself. I think it's so pretty, but with the way that we're going with names, with Ella's name and this baby's name, I don't think that we are going to be doing a very long name in the future. The next name is Lilia, or Lily. I love the name Lilia. I think it is so precious. It is so sweet, and I just don't really love the nickname Lily. And Ben said he didn't want to name his kid after a flower. He's like, we might as well name him Tulip and blah 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 blah, you know, you can hear it. I don't love the nickname Lily. I love the name Lilia. The next name was one of our potential names for this baby really early on, and that name is Quinn. Well, we first had the name Quincy, but then we were like, oh, I kind of like Quinn more than Quincy. And then the same thing as I felt about Cole. Quinn is a one-syllable name, and I feel like it would go better as a middle name than as a first name. So I didn't want to do a one-syllable first name and then have to figure out a different middle name, because I like one-syllable middle names. And these last two girl names are the last two names that we were going to name this baby but didn't. And if you guys tuned into our Q&A about our pregnancy, at the end of the video, we gave a hint that the baby names, 2 of them started with A, 2 of them started with K. So we've already ruled out Ava, and then the next one is Kennedy. I love the name Kennedy. This was a name that I brought up to Ben early on. He shut down, and when I was trying to make the list for this video about a couple weeks ago, I brought up this name and I was like, okay, so Kennedy was on the list too. He was like, wait, what? I really like that name. And I was like, Ben, I brought this up a long time ago and you did not like it. And so this was actually probably second or third on our list. It never topped the name that we have now, so that is why it is on this list. But I love the name Kennedy. Like I said, again, we're not really going for long names, and I don't think that we will be using a long name in the future, so I don't think that we will be using this name. And the last girl name is Kendall. I adore the name Kendall. I think it is so cute. I've never known an ugly Kendall. I've never known an unathletic Kendall, and so that's the kind of vibe that we were going for, is like pretty athletic kind of name, because we have our sweet princess name, which is Ella, and we were going for more of like a sporty name. So Kendall was number 2 on our list for a very, very long time. I think it ended up being probably third. I think Ben kind of liked Kennedy more than he liked Kendall at the end. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but we had one girl name going into the gender reveal, and the name was Kendall. And we, for a long time, really, really thought that we were going to name this baby Kendall, but we just came up with another name, and we've been sitting on the name for about 2 months, and Kendall, we felt really just didn't triumph over this other name, so that's why it is on this list. I am so sad about it, but Kendall was going to be her name if we didn't find this other name. So I hope that you guys caught on to a few hints that I gave there, because I gave a lot of hints, and hopefully we will be coming out with a name reveal super soon. I'm so excited to share with you guys her name. I'm obsessed with it. I am ready to monogram it on things. Like, I'm so excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow our Instagrams, because I will have insider information as far as when we're posting and what we're posting about. Also, don't forget to turn on your post notifications, because the name reveal is coming out soon. You don't want to miss that. Nobody wants to miss that. So make sure your notifications are on, and subscribe to our channel before you leave, and we will see you in our next video. Bye, guys.
You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire.